back. First Man 2 now, live on Indiegogo. Well, what do we have here? This, The Human Figure, An Anatomy for Artists by David K. Rubins is the anatomy book that I got from the Kubert School in my first year in my art kit. This is the actual book. Yes, it was in, I guess you could say near mint condition when I got it. So it's been, oh, look, pull a little piece off. It's been well loved and looked through. This is not necessarily a how to draw book. It doesn't go into proportions and things like that. It is a very good anatomy book. And David K. Rubins, I've never done a Google search on him. I should to see what else he's done. He's a very great artist that breaks down the anatomy. Oh, let's see. Professor David K. Rubins, a graduate of École des Beaux Arts in the Academy. All right, he graduated a school in Paris. He was a teacher of sculpture and drawing at John Heron Art School in Indianapolis. He's also been a fellow of the American Academy in Rome. There you go. His work has been widely exhibited and praised. This book originally came out, let's see what year. I got the Snifflies. It originally came out in, it says reprinted 1977. Oh, copyright the Studio Publications, Inc., 1953. Wow. Okay, this is an old book. Reprinted in 1988. That's the year I attended the Kubert School. I don't know if this is the book they still give out. I should actually find out. But I thought we'd go through it. Short book, less than 100 pages. Human body, head, neck, trunk, arm, hand, hip, and leg, and foot. Like I said, I really do recommend this book as an overall good anatomy book. It goes through talking about ligaments, joints, muscles, things like that. It's not super text heavy, so don't worry about that. But when it comes to drawing the human figure for comic books, you don't really need more of an anatomy book than this. Now, I have quite a few more anatomy books because I'm just fascinated on the topic, but this is a good one. Shows the bones, skeletal structure, the anatomy over top. Oh, excuse me. It gives you a little bit showing movement from different angles here that you can see. This is a great shot for twisting the neck. And then it goes into the trunk. Talks about movement of things like the scapula, the shoulder girdle, rib cage, pelvis, the muscles of the trunk. And then once again, this guy's anatomical drawings are just on point. Fantastic. I actually like this because this is totally, so when I draw the torso chest area, you know, pretty much draw the pecs like this. I remember even counting in the Kubert School going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're going to draw the pecs and you want to draw the guy really striated and stuff, you can go from the center down, and there's basically 3 cut in thirds, big chunks going down the center, and then 2 across the top, cut pretty much evenly in half. And of course, the deltoid is 3, the front, the side, and then, you know, we'll see the back. You see the little serrate muscle types right here. This is the lat in the back. This is cool seeing how these wrap in underneath the pecs, come into the scapula like that. And then, of course, the lat just totally covers it. So this is a really good book. Like I said, I can't really say much more about it. And this is only men. There's no females in this book because the anatomy is the same for men and women. So now watch, I'll turn the page and see a female. Hopefully not. Nope. And then you see some of the movement here. And he goes into the arm, Of course, some reading for the muscles of the arm. Excuse me for the snifflies. How much was this? This was a whole $8.95 when it came out. I have to check Amazon, see if it's still available. So you go into the muscles of the arm. You see the little tendons down here going to the fingers and stuff. You don't need to know all the muscles underneath. Obviously, when drawing comics, you really only need to know the big ones that you can see on the surface. So like these are underneath here, but this is the big surface ones. These are the ones you need to know about. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for the sniffling. Might be getting a cold, who knows? Who knows? It's great seeing the tricep, 1 head, 2 head, 3. That's why it's called the tricep. The deltoid, this is the 2nd head on the side. Of course, the back head right here. And then, you know, he does a nice job showing what you'll see kind of the anatomy on a muscular dude. You know, obviously a bodybuilder, you can exaggerate how much of the anatomy you want to see as much as you want. My school of drawing is basically doing kind of like super detailed anatomy like that. And then you can see some of the movement and stuff here. Seeing how the hand moves and stuff comparatively. And then we get into the hand. Oh, excuse me. Seeing some nice breakdown of the fingers here. The padding on the bottom of the fingers. The bone is obviously more towards the top. The muscles of the hand. Pinky side. Obviously, all the fingers are not the same size in length. They have a nice curve to them, like this. And you can see it here as well. And then you get some nice drawings of fists and hands in different positions and such. Now he goes into the hip and leg. Of course, nice description stuff. I would definitely read all this. I'm sure I read it when I first got the book. It's been, I've had this book for 33 years. Wow. This is probably, besides my How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, this is probably the 2nd oldest book I own when it comes to an art book. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way came out in 1977. I got my copy in the early 80s. So that book is probably, my copy is probably 40 years old. My hardcover copy, then I have a couple soft covers as well that I picked up. And then this book is 33 years old. So once I got into the Kubert School, they had a really nice art store, which they still have, and it had a nice book section, and I bought more. I got my Andrew Loomis book, Figure Drawing for All It's Worth, from the Kubert School. I have to do a flip through of that one. So that book is about 32 years old in my collection. Very nice here, seeing how the knee looks with the skin on top and stuff. The patella, your kneecap sits on top of the humerus bone. You can see it's not right in the center. It's higher up. See right here, you see the patella sits right there. So you got to keep that in mind when drawing the knees. And you got the legs with just the muscles, and then here with the skin over top. You can see where the hamstring connects right here. So if you think of this, if you think of the kneecap area as a circle or a sphere, the front of the sphere has the kneecap. Pretty much if you bisect the sphere in half towards the back, bottom has a bony landmark here where the outer hamstring connects to it. The outer hamstring connects to the bony landmark on the outside. And then you see some movement here of the knee bending and stuff. You see it with the bones and whatnot. And this is the outer side right here. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the inner side. This is the outer side. Excuse me. See how this overlaps? The calf overlaps up into there. And then we get into the foot. And you see, you know, this is still going from the previous chapter, but you see the shape of the toes. The big toe has a definitive shape, and then all the rest of the smaller toes have a different shape to it. Do I know foot anatomy? Not really. I know the basic shape of the foot, so I can draw it in quote-unquote wearing a shoe, and I know enough of the foot to draw a barefoot like this. But I don't know all the individual anatomy. He doesn't even go into it as much. The big thing to know with the foot is the ankles. This is the back of the foot, obviously. The inside ankle is higher than the outside ankle. I'm a little OCD, so when I see artists draw the ankles lined up straight across, it kind of drives me crazy because the inside ankle is higher and the outside ankle is lower. Then he gets into some miscellaneous sketches, eyes from different views, straight on, side view, looking up at it, looking out, 3/4 view, noses from different angles, mouths, ears. This is a difficult shot. Side view of an ear, front view, back view. Difficult shot here, 3/4 view from the back. This really shows it nicely. And then we do have a female figure. This is, I mean, it's proportions. He doesn't really show it. He's just kind of showing the difference, obviously, between male and female here. Very nice drawings. You know, realistic proportions. I mean, this guy is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads high. That is the height of a normal person. But drawing those superheroes, I bust them down to 8 or even 9 heads high, depending on the character. First Man is definitely about 8 to 9 heads high. Monarch is bigger than that. You know, Penumbra is a nice 8 head high female figure. Shows the side view. Let me see something here. Go back. Just want to see something. Yeah. Side view. Then he shows an old man, a little kid. So you see the different proportions here. And then we get to the index. And that is it. That is the book. My first anatomy book from the Kubert School, The Human Figure and Anatomy for Artists, David K. Rubins. I still highly recommend this book. You can pick it up rather cheap, and it'll serve your anatomy purposes well. If you only want to own one book, one anatomy, to keep your library nice and tight, I can highly recommend this book. Thank you for watching my video. Come back for more videos. Of course, my project First Man, the greatest superhero book there is available. Get it now. Talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. He's coming for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2, Learning Curve.